Alright, what's going on, guys? We're back today with another Dokkan battle video, and we're going to be taking a look at the new Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku Kaioken unit from the Universe 6 vs. Universe 7 saga. So this is one of our new Golden Week units. I think he's pretty good with what his kit has. The only issues I have with him really is his super attack effect, where he is damaging himself by 5% every super, right? He wants to launch a bunch of additional supers, however, he is hurting us in the process of it. So it's a lot of give and take, right? I think he's going to hit pretty hard, but I think he's going to hit us back enough to where it might end up getting us killed, right? But we're going to take a look at him. We've got him here. He's at 55%. So right there, yep, so he's at 55%, right? Got a couple links on him, you know, nothing too crazy, but I want to take him into an event. I want to run him through and see how he performs firsthand. I have not had a chance to use him yet, so this is going to be my real first look at him. We're going to put him in some, you know, tough situations, and we're going to do this and see kind of how he handles everything, right? Again, these showcases aren't about winning or losing. It's about seeing what can this unit handle and how well do they perform under pressure, for real. So yeah, so this is the team we're going to run with him first. So he is a Reps Universe 7 and full power lead with that additional buff going to tournament participants and superheroes. So we're going to run him here on his own team first, see how he performs, and then maybe try out a couple different teams with him.
All right, let's do this. It off. All the power of Super Saiyan Blue intensified with the Kaioken technique.
Okay, so jumping in the first turn here. Let's see, so we got both of them on the first rotation. So we're going to take a look at him real quick. We'll keep mine up front. He's going to be the showcase unit. So this guy, he has an entered animation, which we just saw, right, which can be activated with 2 or more tournament participant category allies or another Reps Universe 7 category ally on the team upon the entry turn, and this will give him guard, defense up by 170, and be able to launch an additional super for 3 turns. He's also got key plus 3, attack and defense up by 200, a high chance to perform a crit, high chance to dodge, and he will randomly change key spheres to tech, which is good because that's what he needs. When attacking with 12 or more key, he gets an additional attack plus 200. Defense up by 100 when HP is 70% or more, which it currently is. Attack up by 100 when HP is 70% or less, which it currently is not. 1 or more tech key spheres obtained, he's going to get attack up by 100 and launch an additional super. So you want to make sure you're always picking up a tech key sphere with him, right? So he gets a boost in that attack. And then all allies attacking the same turn are Reps Universe 7. He's going to get an additional attack plus 70 and a chance to perform a crit up by 30%, which this entire team is Reps Universe 7, right? So he's always going to have this buff up, which is good. And then he does have a revival skill after his standby. His standby we can go into in the 4th turn from the character's entry turn, right? So that's very, very important to be able to read that. So let's see, does it have it right here? Yeah, so on his 4th turn, you can go into his standby. This is not start of battle, right? It's from his first entry. The first time he's on rotation, 4 turns from there is when he will be able to go into his standby, which works out well because that's what his, you know, his buff from his entry animation is 3 turns. So, and then on that 4th turn, he'll be able to go into his standby, and from there, he's gonna, you know, he's going to change the entire field to tech. He's going to dodge anything that's ahead of him, and then he's going to hit really hard. He's going to get hit. He's going to die. He's going to counter, and then he's going to have this buff down here from the revival skill, right? So then he's going to have permanent guard, permanent attack of 170 or defense 170, permanent launch and additional, and permanent chance to perform a crit and dodge up by 20%, which is good. And this doesn't have to be him to activate his revival for this to work, right? So any character on the team that has a revival skill, if it is activated, he gets these buffs. The only thing that doesn't happen is if it's not his revive, then he will not counter. That's the big thing. All right, so we're gonna put him in slot 1. We're gonna see how he can handle slot 1 here at the beginning of the fight. Make sure they both get tech key spheres. Okay, he dodged. Good. Okay, 11 million for second attack. Third super. So with all these supers he's doing, right, they're great. He's going to be doing a lot of damage. But he's also hurting us in the process. If you watch our HP, it's slowly dwindling down, right? So that's going to be the bad part about this character. That's going to make me very iffy about him. Like, I think he's very strong, and I think he's going to be very good and very useful in maybe certain situations where, you know, your HP is going to fluctuate and you want it to be below a certain threshold. But for a lot of these fights now, that's not really going to be a very safe place to be playing at, right? A lot of these events, they're very tough, they're very hard, they hit very hard. So us losing our own HP by our own device is not very ideal, right? Like, we're already down to what? It's going to be 70% HP, and we've barely been hit by the actual enemy. So that's actually crazy.
I kind of like how human that is.
Goku! 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 Dad! Goku!
It's up to you, Kakarot. Don't you fail. I gave my word from one Saiyan to another, and I have to keep it. I'll shatter through my limits in my own way, on my own terms. Now I can finally see my all!
All right, so we're back in the second turn here. Sorry, I got daddy duties this morning, so I'll be taking care of that as well. So here in the next turn, right, so Goku's not on this turn now, so they're gonna be floating on each rotation. Dude, us already being at 70 HP and we've hardly been hit is that's not very cool. Okay, so now we just gotta hope that Tech UI will actually dodge for us. Do that and that. Yeah, we didn't really have any way to really heal for that turn, so our HP is gonna be leaking. Yeah, again, man, I think this unit's so cool. I think he is such a cool unit. I think he's such a cool pick. His art is beautiful. His animations are beautiful. It's just, I'm not a fan of us hurting ourselves as we're fighting. And then as we get deeper and deeper into some of these bigger events too, it's just gonna, man, it's just gonna hurt us so bad. So like, having multiple of this guy on the same team, I think is gonna be an even worse idea. I mean, I think by himself, you might be able to manage that HP drop, right? You're picking up same type key spheres, or you have other people in the team that can maybe heal themselves or whatever. But like, if you run multiple of this guy, like we're doing right now, like him on his own team, or him leading his own team, right, with a friend lead, I think you're really just asking for trouble at that point. Okay, so now we're on stage 2 against Zamasu. Zamasu's got a lot of dodge in him. We are going to still put him in slot 1. I know this is not where he goes. This is not what you're supposed to be doing here. But we're going to put him here because I want to see if he gets hit before he gets a super. How does he do? So let's go ahead. Let's pick up a bunch of tech key spheres so we can get at least a little bit of healing in there. For UI, we'll grab those. And then again, for a little bit of extra healing, we'll pick up those with Vegeta. Oh yeah, he gets hit hard if he's not dodging in that first slot. Okay, so yeah, definitely not a slot 1 runner, right? So there we go. So that's good to see. That's good to know, right? He's definitely not slot 1. He can dodge, but if he doesn't dodge, he's gonna get hit pretty hard. So now that we are at below that 70% threshold, right? He's also not getting that defense boost. So he's getting stronger. He's got an attack boost, but he's not defending very well. But we should be able to see, because they were both on the first rotation, I believe the next turn, if we make it to the next turn, the friend Kaioken should be able to go into his standby, which we'll be able to check that out and see how that works. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not sold on him yet. I do want to run him on a couple of teams. I do want to take him through a couple different events. And I really just want to see overall, you know, in different situations, how he can perform, if he can perform better. Because right now I'm not too sold. But I guess, I mean, we can see. All right, so we're going to go ahead and use this for this guy to go ahead and check out. One, check out his animations because they're beautiful. And two, for us to kind of test out his standby phase. I still think they could have done much more with that. I just do. Like, I love the yell of the ×10, but I think there's so much empty space in there where in the show, if you watch it, you know, he's yelling, he's screaming, he's powering up, and it builds to that roar of the ×10, which makes it so much more impactful and so much cooler. That for them to omit that just seems weird. All right, so now that we're in the standby phase here, he has Ki +10, attack is up by 200, and he's going to change the entire field to tech Ki spheres, right? And then when he's attacking with 10 or more Ki, which he's obviously going to have, he's getting another attack up by 159 for every Ki sphere he obtains, which is going to be the entire field, as long as you use him first, which is what you're going to want to do. His attack and chance to perform a crit go up by 10%, which means he's going to have a 100% chance to crit, and his chance to dodge goes up by 10% within the turn before attacking, which means before he attacks, he's going to have a 100% chance to dodge. So you put him in that first slot when he's in his standby phase, and he's going to dodge and he's going to crit. With 10 or more Ki spheres obtained, which again you're going to do, you launch an additional super. When the character or an ally attacking the same turn is KO'd, you revive with 70% HP, and you're going to have attack up by 159 when the finish effect is activated. And so that finish skill is basically when he dies, he's going to launch a counter with super intensive power against the enemy that KO'd the character or the ally, right? So it doesn't have to be him that gets killed, right? So if he dodges all this, he attacks, and then he somehow dodges again, which he's not going to do. And he's not the one that dies. If someone else in the turn dies, he still counters, right? But because it's his revival that's still activated. And because of this, he's going to get that buff in his base phase, right? When he transitions back, he's going to get that buff of the guard, the defense, the additional super, the chance to dodge and crit. And so is the other Goku, because a character's revival is activated. It doesn't have to be that specific characters, if that makes sense. So we'll pick all these up. We're going to heal up a little bit. It really doesn't matter because this guy is doing an additional 5% to himself. So he's doing 10% damage every time he hits. So we really, at this point, you just want him to die. So he's going to go in here. He's going to dodge whatever's in front of him. He's going to launch a strong hit here, and then he's just going to get hit. He's going to die. There you go. Let's see how many of these we can get off. Now, ideally, if you're running through... Oh, here we go. All right, cool. Let's see it.
Frieza, if I win, you've got to drop the grudge and promise to be our ally during the Tournament of Power, okay?
That's cute. But when I win, you will agree to leave me alone to do as I please.
Okay, so he just had a 36 million crit counter, which is good. That's pretty good for 55%, right? So I think the higher percent this guy is, I think, you know, the more dupes you have in him, I think that counter is going to hit so much harder, which is going to be really good. Now, ideally, if we're running through this, we want to try to save that for like the next phase, right? The harder phase. But right now, we just wanted to get that in the video. We wanted to see it. So we're not too worried about what happens here. Let's go ahead. We're going to do this. And then we're just going to finish off this phase. We'll jump into the next one. So now that revival's been activated, he's got permanent guard. He's got permanent additional 170 defense. He's got an additional chance to launch a super, and he's got an additional crit and dodge chance up by 20%. And that's for both of these Gokus on the team, right? It's not just the one that proc to the revive. It's both, because a revive was proc. All right, so now that we're back here, you know, he's got his revive procced. The other unit did his revive, so both of these Gokus have their additional buff up now, right? So they've all got the permanent guard, they've all got the permanent defense. They're both going to be launching additional supers, and they're both got a 20% chance to crit and dodge. So that's going to be huge, right? So it doesn't need to be, unlike the cell where that specific cell has to die in order to get the additional buffs to make him better. As long as somebody in the team dies and gets a revive, that's all that matters for this Goku, right? So now both of them are going to have the buff, which is good. It makes it way easier to deal with.
I'll hit you with an attack you won't be able to destroy! This is everything I've got!
Okay, so now we're gonna put him here. He is obviously not a slot 1 character. Even with the guard and additional defense from the revival, and the fact that we are above 70% HP, he is still not a slot 1 runner, right? You don't want him to get hit. The only time you want him in slot 1 is in his standby phase where you're trying to get that revive off. Other than that, you do not want to put him in slot 1. He's just going to get you killed. So let's go ahead for him. We want to make sure that we get a tech key sphere. So we're going to do that. We'll grab these. And then we'll pick those up with Vegeta. Yeah, so I mean, as long as he's getting that tech key sphere, he's going to have the additional attack, and he's going to launch an additional super, which is what we want. I mean, there's trade-offs here too. I mean, you can avoid getting at least one additional super if you avoid a tech key sphere. So maybe if you're, running super low on health and you really don't want to risk his super knocking you down even more, you could just avoid picking up a tech key sphere, right? Your attack's going to do a little bit less, but you'll have 5% more HP. I mean, there's a trade-off, right, with how this character works. So, I mean, you can kind of play with him on the team he's on whatever teams you want to put him on, and, tailor him to the way that you want to fight, right? If you are okay with sacrificing a little bit of HP in order to hit harder, I mean, you can run him that way, right? If you are not worried about how hard he's hitting and you're trying to save some of your HP, you can run him in that regard too, right? Where you have a chance to avoid launching a super just by not picking up a tech key sphere. So he is kind of a wonky character. Like I said, I really like him. I really want to like him. But I don't know, man. His kit's just too risky for me. Yeah, he's a hard hitter, but I mean, defensively he's kind of just mediocre, and then the whole damaging yourself is just a big turnoff for me on this character's kit. There's a lot of dodges. I mean, that's good. He's got good dodges. He's got the high chance as it is. And then he's got now with the revival skill, he's got additional 20, and then obviously with UI's domain, he's got his additional chance to dodge. So, he can be dodging, he can be defensive in that regard, but you put him in an event where he can't dodge, and I mean, he's gonna get smacked up. Okay, so let's put him there. We'll grab those. Make sure we get a tech key sphere. And then we'll just grab those for Vegeta. Yeah, this is one of those stages too where when you're trying to actually win, it's so annoying with the way this guy heals himself all the time. But again, I mean, it doesn't really matter here. This is also good because it gives us a longer chance to take a look at this guy and see how well he performs. But I mean, I think we've really seen everything that we need to from him. He's a good unit, and he can be very good in the situations you put him in, depending on how you want to run him and how you want to play him. It's just, I don't know, man. I'll say it over and over again. That sacrificing HP to me just almost doesn't seem worth it. So, I mean, if I do run this guy, it's probably not going to be with him as a lead, just because I don't want two of them. Or, I mean, you could run him as a lead, you just choose a different character as a friendly, but I don't think I'll be running two of them on the same team. And that's what worries me too about the, so we're going to get that Super Easy A, right, for the other Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, right? Super Saiyan Blue Goku, who is technically a Kaioken character, but doesn't have Kaioken in the name, right? So these two are able to link up, but he also hurts himself when he attacks, right? So he's the same character, essentially, but you run a bunch of these guys on the team. Imagine having three of these guys on the same team, and you're just launching super after super after super, and you're just you're dwindling yourself down. Like, it's just ridiculous, man. It just, I don't know.
I ain't no hero of justice or anything else like that. Anyone who tries to hurt my friends is gonna pay!
All right, so let's see for this turn. We want to have UI up front. I don't want to float this Goku off just because it's his showcase. Ideally, you know, running the two UIs together would be a pretty solid option here, but we're not going to do that for this run. And then we'll do that. All right, so we're back up to 100%. So that is a good thing. You know, if you get a bunch of characters that, you know, do really well with healing when they're picking up key spheres, or if it's built in their kit that they can heal, or their links or whatever, like, yeah, it can kind of offset some of that damage you're doing to yourself, but again, I don't know, man. It's just, it's so hard to really root for this guy when there's just such a glaring hole. Like, if it was not for the 5 HP thing, the 5% HP every super, I would absolutely love this guy. I think he would be so fun and so cool to use all the time. I don't know. He's just, it's such a good card. It's such a beautiful card to look at. Such beautiful animations, but dude, that one weakness is, it's so hard for me to get over, and I just don't know why. A lot of people, I think, are going to really like this guy. I think the community is going to be super divided on this character, to be honest. I think it's going to be, you know, 50% absolutely love him and they don't care about the whole HP thing, and they figured out their ways around it, and, you know, they run this unit on all their teams and they love it. And then there's going to be a 50% that just says, hits him with the Andy Toy Story meme and says, I don't want to play with you anymore, and just drops him off and they're done. Like, it's just, I don't know. To me, I wanna use him a lot. I want to play with him in here a lot, and we'll just see how he does, you know, over time. I think over time too, he's gonna be very good. I mean, there might be certain events where, you know, you're gonna want your HP floating around that threshold, or maybe that's kind of Dokkan's way of balancing some things out a little bit more, where, you know, you're really trying to have, you know, your HP at a certain threshold. Like, that's kind of their thing now, where they're going to try to push you to be that way. I kind of wish we could have got the Dokkan attack with Goku there, with the Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku there, but I don't trust him in slot 1. Especially if they were gonna super, I definitely would not have trusted him in slot 1 to take that. So, you know, we're running it safe here with the Goku Frieza up front for now. Maybe towards the end of this, when if it starts dragging out a little too long, we'll just throw him up front and watch him get smacked and see how hard he gets hit. But yeah, I mean, I think we've really seen everything we need from him. I don't think it's necessary to run him through another event, or with another team, you know, right now. Maybe in a later showcase, we'll run him through with a couple different teams. We'll put him on, like, I don't want to say his optimal team, right? Because this team is optimal for him, because he is a Reps of Universe 7 leader, and he wants tournament participants and or Reps of Universe 7 on his team, right? So, I mean, if you run him on any other teams, I think he'll still perform decently well, but he's not going to have that entrance animation. He's not going to have the additional attack and crit buff. Like, this is kind of the ideal team you want to run him with, right? Is his Reps of Universe 7 squad. Like, I think other teams he could still do well. He won't be hitting as hard consistently. And then that first 3 turns before you get your standby, he can be in a little bit of trouble, I think, without that guard and that extra defense. Okay, let's put Goku there. Grab those. Pick up those for you. And you can have those. Alright, good. Another counter. Yeah, this Tech UI is good too. I really do still enjoy Tech UI. I know a lot of people don't really care for him too much anymore, but I still really like him. And but if he gets hit, he's not having a great time. Yeah, now that his domain's away too, we've lost the additional dodge chance for the team and everything. So this might be where we start getting a little more dwindled down. That is the one thing. I think deeper into some of these fights, you start to see some of these characters kind of fall off. I don't think this Blue Kaioken Goku is going to be one of them. Because the deeper you get into the fight, the harder he's going to hit, right? Because you have less HP, he's going to hit a lot harder. His attack's going to be up a lot more. He is just at risk of getting hurt a little bit more, right? Because he doesn't have the additional 100% defense. Instead, he's got the 100% attack. But I think post super, in most situations, he should be just fine. Like, I wouldn't be too worried about him. Yeah, I mean, he's good, right? 21 mil super from a 55% unit. He doesn't stack. Like, he's not stacking attack. He's not attacking defense. He's not doing any of that as he's building up and attacking more and more, which that would be crazy. I think if they had thrown him in as a stacking character with how many supers he does, maybe that would have been a good way for a lot of people in their minds, especially like maybe in mine, to like him more and not care about the HP loss as much, right? Because if he was stacking every time, dude, like, I almost wouldn't care because he'd be hitting so damn hard. That would have been wild. I think that would have been a way that they could mitigate, the care for the loss of HP every time. Okay, so I think we've seen everything we want from this Goku. I don't want to drag this showcase on too long to where we're just looking at the same old thing and just sitting here going over and over again. So we're going to throw him in slot 1. There's only one attack up there, so we'll see how he handles that. If it's super, he's dead if he doesn't dodge. But I just want to, at this point, let's just see how he takes it. Here it comes. Did he dodge? Oh, he dodged. Okay. Well, there you go. That's good. So yeah, I mean, if he dodges, he's good. He's good in slot 1. If he doesn't dodge, he's gonna get hit really, really damn hard. But I mean, now that he's supering a couple times, I think he's gonna be just fine. He doesn't have the extra defense buff, right? Because we're below that 70%, but I don't know how much it's really gonna matter after he supers. Yeah, it's not really gonna matter after super, so. All right, so I think the next turn might be our last turn. We'll see kind of how the attacks fall. We're going to put him in slot 1 again, and we're going to see if either he dodges or he dies. All right, so now for this turn, let's throw him up there. There's a couple more attacks up front. Let's grab those. Again, we're doing a little bit of healing here just because we'll see how hard he gets hit, if it's really going to make a difference. But we're making sure he gets those tech key spheres. All right, here comes another super. Another dodge. And a dodge. Okay. Yeah. I mean, so he gets that, he's got that additional chance to dodge, right, from his revival. So, I mean, maybe that little extra 20% is really helping out. Yeah, I mean, he's got a base 50% chance to dodge. And then now with this in there, he's got an additional 20%. So he's got 70% chance to really dodge. Is what it seems like. So, I mean, there you go. Dude, he is good. Like, it's so hard for me to like really judge him when he performs so well. it's just I can't get over the whole HP thing, man. Like, I don't know. Does it really matter sometimes? I guess in some situations it does, but like this situation, it really didn't. At least not so far. But I don't, dude, it's just, he's good. Like, he's good. I'm just gonna say it, he's good. I like him, I do. It's just, when we get to a situation where we're trying to clear an event and we get killed because we were down by 5% HP, that's where I'm gonna get pissed. And that's where I'm going to be really mad about this character. But for right now, for the way he's looking in this showcase, this particular showcase, I like him. I think he's performing very, very well. Now, would it be different in a event where he couldn't dodge? Maybe. But again, you're not going to be running him in slot 1. And then I think, well, I guess too, thinking about it, if he's in his standby and you put him into an event where he cannot dodge, like, he's not going to dodge the attacks up front in order to, before doing his counter, right? So he's not going to get those additional supers in there before countering. So that'll hurt him a little bit too. Yeah, I like how now we're putting him in the situation to get him killed, and he's refusing to just die. He's just dodging everything, man. And then now, dude, I don't know. It's so hard to judge him. It really is. And he dodges again. Dude, I don't know, man. This is insane to me. He's again, he's good. He is good. Yeah, I think he's definitely he's situational. It's gotta be he's a situational character. You know, you got him on the right team, you get him in the right kind of events, and he's gonna perform very, very well. Where if you get him on a team where he's not at his best, and you get him in an event where he cannot dodge, I think he's screwed. But, I mean, again, depending on how hard the enemy hits, as long as he gets some supers off, he may be just fine. All right, let's see it on this one. Again, putting him up front, putting him in harm's way. He's been hanging in there. He's been hanging in there. So let's see. All right, 16 mil super. Yeah, and he's critting like almost every time too. He's got that 70% chance to crit. Actually, he's got more. He's at 100% chance, right? Because he's got 50 base, 20 additional from the revive, and then he's got 30 because of the reps of Universe 7. So he's guaranteed critting. I just realized that. Still dodging. Still dodging. This dude's nuts. Okay, yeah, I like him. It's hard to root against him at this point. I don't know, man. It's really hard to root against him. So I think he's good. I'm here for him. I think I'll root for him. I will play around with him on some other teams and stuff. We'll do, you know, maybe some harder showcases, and we'll go into some tougher events that hit very, very hard and that show where he can't really dodge. Just to really, really push the limits of his kit and what he can and can't do. But for right now, even at 55%, I think he's good. I don't have this guy rainbowed or anything. If you didn't watch my summons, you should probably go watch them. It was, if you like watching people suffer and you really like when people get shafted on some of these banners, I think you'll absolutely love that video. It's very long, but if you like to watch people slowly descend into madness, it's worth the watch. And then it all comes to a head at the very end, and it's man, I don't know. Okay, so UI got us killed. So not even the Goku, the UI got us killed because he didn't dodge, which it's fine, whatever. Yeah, dude, I like him. I think he's good. Right, so that was our look at the new Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku Kaioken from the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 saga. Then one of the new headliners for the Golden Week units this year. I think he's very good. I think, like I said, I think he's going to be a situational type unit where if you get him on the right teams, in the right scenarios, and you're doing the right things with him, and you're managing your HP well, yeah, you think so too? I think he's going to do very, very well. But if he's in some of those sticky situations, he's not on his correct teams, he's in events where he can't dodge, or, you know, is just gonna get... Yeah, is that your opinion? Yeah, that's your opinion too. Yeah, so he's good. I like him. Even at 55%, I really like him. Yeah, he's a good character, dude. I think he is. It's hard to hate him right now. We'll see later on once we go through some other events, but right now I really like him. So I think that's gonna do it for today, guys. Have you tried this character out? What do you think of him? What's your opinions? You guys let me know. Like, subscribe, do the thing, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.